who spoke to the president a short while ago. Some exclusive information to you about the Bosasa debacle. Annika, tell us more.
Yes, I was fairly taken aback, Shahan, at how forthright and direct the president was. It was really meant to be more of an interview about the World Economic Forum and the work that he's been doing here, but I felt that we had covered a lot of that, and there were some important domestic issues that needed to be answered for South Africans. And he said that he has decided to go to the public protector voluntarily to speak to her about the money received from Bosasa to the ANC for his presidential election campaign to the party as president, and he wants to make sure that she investigates thoroughly, that she makes sure that there is absolutely no malfeasance, no corruption inside Luthuli House or with anyone working on his campaign or anyone close to him. And he also revealed that the money that was donated by Bosasa to the ANC for his presidential election campaign has been paid back. Let's throw to that bite. It's the first time we're hearing this news.
It's being set up as a storm in a teacup. They think that I have something to hide, and they think I lied to Parliament. I did not lie to Parliament. I don't have anything to hide. I am not even having a sleepless moment about this, because my conscience is very clean and clear about this Bosasa debacle, and I will be making this very clear when we get home, because I've got an appointment with the public protector. The public protector, following what happened in Parliament, has decided that she needs to investigate this. So I'm going to the public protector with a straight face, with a clean mind, with a clean heart, and I'm going to explain to the public protector this whole issue, and I will be giving a full chronology, the facts, and I'll also be saying, when I answered questions in Parliament, I was not aware of what had ensued, and that does not amount to lying. And soon after, I wrote a letter to the Speaker and said, "Dear Madam Speaker, when I answered this question, I was not aware. I wish to correct and put the facts right." So I think we should not make a big, issue about this storm in a teacup, or and make it as though there's big corruption in terms of what I've done. There is none, and I'm going to explain it to the public protector. And it is good that it should happen that way, because the public protector is an institution to which we should all feel answerable. So I don't go to the public protector with any fear, and I know that public protector acts without fear or favor or prejudice, and I go forward with a very straight face.
Has that 500,000 rand been paid back that was donated by Bosasa to the ANC for the presidential campaign?
Yes, and that will also be explained.
So a very confident Cyril Ramaphosa on that regard. Annika, what did he say about his previous comments regarding the paralysis and economic stagnation over the past decade, of course in reference to Jacob Zuma's reign in office?
He pretty much explained in a fairly roundabout way that that's politics. As you probably remember, he extended a hand of a friendship to Jacob Zuma during the ANC's birthday celebrations in KwaZulu-Natal, and said that he is a great unifier and a man who can really unify the party. But perhaps as the cabinet here and he himself has really distanced themselves from the Zuma administration. Tito Mboweni calling the last 10 years an absolute waste, taking us back 20 years. The president calling it an economic stagnation. I think he's trying to say that he needs to keep everybody happy. He can't afford to have an enemy of Jacob Zuma. He's a great unifier for the party, but perhaps not a great president.
Talking about keeping everybody happy, you asked him about Nomvula Mokonyane, of course, implicated as well at the state capture inquiry. What's he saying on that front?
You know, I said to him, would it not be as a show of faith to suspend senior officials and members of cabinet? I named Nomvula Mokonyane as potentially someone mentioned during the Zondo inquiry recently. Would it not be better to suspend those people? And he said that, you know, there has to be cross-examination, there has to be an investigation, and only then will action be taken, presumably once the Zondo Commission has made its recommendations to the National Prosecuting Authority.
All right, and lastly, let's talk about the media and praise for the media from the president when it comes to actually fighting corruption and exposing corrupt people.
That's right. He was very complimentary about the media. He said he was quite surprised. I said to him, you know, you were in the administration during the time of all this corruption. Did you not see it coming? Could you not see it? And he said sometimes things are engineered. His explanation was things are engineered in such a way that you only were allowed to see certain things and not the depth and the brevity of the entire situation. And to be fair, I'm not defending him, but for some ministers, the whole architecture of state capture was to make everything look legitimate. I'm not excusing him or saying that he didn't know about it, but a lot of officials who have testified before, for instance, the ESCOM inquiry, say that as they were sort of had their, you know, faces right up against a wall, and forensically everything looked fine. It was about joining the dots, and that's where he is joining the dots now. He said, however, yesterday that he was very surprised at how deep and how systemic the corruption in government is.
All right, great work through all that cold. Appreciate it. Annika Larsen, our senior reporter in Davos, Switzerland.